I know you and I talked about this on the phone not so long ago, or I think
Uh-huh.
through text. But we talked about Clayface being one of the villains in the Batman. Bro, can you just give a quick rundown on Clayface for fans that don't know who he is?
Yeah, so he is really Basil Carlo is the name of the character, and he really starts off as like Bruce Wayne's friend, and he inhales like some kind of toxin or something that the Joker set out for him, and when he inhales that toxin, he kind of becomes this clay guy, and it sounds ridiculous. And if you're not familiar with Clayface and you look up pictures and you see him from Batman the animated series, it's gonna look ridiculous. But if you read the comics, there's a lot of depth to this character, and there are times where he actually teams up with Batman. Batman actually feels bad for, you have to remember, it was his friend that became this like substance guy, um you know due to the Joker, who Batman obviously sees as someone who is just a complete savage for no reason. So if you're a victim of the Joker and your Batman friend, Batman really feels for you. So Clayface is a villain, but Batman really feels bad for him. And I think it was in the James Tynion Detective Comics run where Clayface kind of joins the Bat family. Highly recommend that. A lot of people were saying they don't think that, they think it'll be a more grounded version of Clayface. I agree. I think that's kind of what we got of the Riddler, even though the Riddler naturally is more grounded than Clayface. But I think it's going to be really cool. And I love that they chose Clayface. I think that it shows that they are making choices that are unexpected. And I love that because everyone's expecting them to choose Mr. Freeze. And I hate Mr. Freeze. I think Mr. Freeze is boring. There's only one story to tell with him. He's one dimensional. He's not versatile. And there is a reason that comic writers don't use him, and they don't use him because they don't think he's good enough for their stories. It's that simple. Of course, I turned it into hating on Mr. Freeze, but
I'll forever stand with that. Mr. Freeze sucks, man. There's no other way. That dude sucks, man. Sorry, guys. Mr. Freeze is mid, bro. There's no other way around it.
Dude, I feel like I feel like that, and this happens a lot with sneakers too. I think that there are like some people have an opinion and all of a sudden everyone has an opinion. And it's like, I feel like a lot of the people that are, ranting that they want Mr. Freeze to be the villain don't read comics. They don't know much about Batman villains, but they saw a couple other people saying they want Mr. Freeze and they don't think for themselves. So now they're just like, oh, Mr. Freeze, we want Mr. Freeze. Like, think for yourself.
How can you say you want grounded content, but you want a freaking dude that's ice? That's ice.
Yeah, seriously. It makes no sense.
And if you want to watch how idiotic it looks, go take a look at Arnold freaking Schwarzenegger and see how stupid he looks in it. Yeah. And then you tell me if you want to see Mr. Freeze or not. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I would love Clayface to be the villain in the Batman. I think you.
Well, he's not going to be the main villain, but they said he has a big role. I don't think he's going to be the main villain though.
I could love seeing. Yeah, facts. I would love seeing Clayface play a part. I would love if they got a little wacky with it, if that makes sense. I would love to see. I agree. A little more wackier version, kind of like not wackier as in playful, but it's just the way he moves and make it as CGI as possible. I will be a fan of that. I still think
it has to be CGI.
Exactly.
Clayface.
I don't think Court of Owls is going to be in this film. I think that's going to be the third film. I think they're going to build up to that. I wouldn't mind seeing Deathstroke as well.
If we're not going to,
I do think that.
If we're not going to get Court of Owls, Deathstroke is and Deathstroke as a villain for the Batman makes a lot of sense, because if they want to make it if they want to introduce more action into the franchise, Deathstroke is the perfect villain.
I agree. And I do, as much as I loved Batman 1, I do equally agree that there needs to be room in this film to put the League of Shadows and to put all that in this film. And what I think Matt Reeves is going to do, which I wouldn't be against, because the way that I see this, if I'm Matt Reeves, I wouldn't mind doing the Penguin show, right? Or putting in the Penguin show that Bruce Wayne is away. And what if during this Penguin show when Bruce Wayne is away, he's training with the League of Shadows? So maybe I wouldn't mind if the chronological order isn't in the same order, because right now Batman doesn't
as
have
the comics, you mean?
I mean, sorry, yeah, as the comics, because right now Batman doesn't have like the fighting skills that we know him for. I wouldn't mind if during this gap when the Penguin show is happening and he's kind of gaining his reign in Gotham, Bruce Wayne is gone.
But I think
and he's with the League of Shadows.
I think they confirmed that Bruce Wayne or Batman will be in the Penguin show.
Well, yeah, no, he's going to be Drifter or something like that. But,
okay.
So, but
he doesn't need to be there for every episode.
Exactly. And I think that they could build that thing of like Bruce Wayne's gone, we don't know where he is, or something like that. He's on a business trip. And maybe we can get a so they have to fill the League of Shadows and Batman somewhere. Because that is like the League is, and this might be a wild take. The League of Shadows is the biggest part of his lore. And you can't leave that out. You can't.
I don't know if it. I think Gotham might be, or maybe that's more mythos than lore.
Huh?
I was gonna say I think Gotham might be, but that might be more mythos than lore.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. I would love to see the League of Assassins, League of Shadows, but here's the other thing. First of all, if they're gonna bring in League of Assassins, League of Shadows. They have to at the very least mention Ra's al Ghul and have Talia al Ghul. The other thing, though, is, and I would love to see it, I want to see them step up the action in the Batman too. What's interesting to me is, and I know I'm always calling out the fans, but how people are like, oh, well, this Batman is more grounded, so it's not going to be action. Like, dude, there's progression and evolution. It's called a sequel. It's not the same movie. Like it's called character development. Like, people are just so dumb. It's unbelievable. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say though is like they already showed that the Joker exists in this Batman story. They had the Joker in it. The Penguin is obviously going to be a bigger character. So if the Batman 2 has Penguin, the Joker, Clayface, and all of them aren't the main villain, how crazy is this movie going to be? Or are they, going to put one or two of them in the back seat? And Catwoman. So I don't know. I just think it seems like they already have too much going on. And
I mean,
I don't know.
What if their pawns in the Court of Owls is the main thing behind it, which leads into the Batman 3? Something like that as well.
Yeah, that would be cool.